Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. The National Prosecuting Authority says it will be pursuing criminal charges against former Stellebosch University student Theuns Du Toit, who urinated on the property of a black student, Babalo Ndwayana. Du Toit is facing malicious damage to property and crimen injuria charges. The Prosecuting Authority says it will wait for the investigation to be finalised before it places it on the roll. A video of Du Toit relieving himself on Ndwayana's belongings went viral, prompting widespread condemnation. Stellebosch University expelled him following an internal investigation.
I can confirm that the NPA has decided that it will prosecute the accused in this matter on malicious damage to property and criminal injuria, but has instructed the investigating officer to finalize his investigation before the matter is placed on the roll.
For more on this, we're joined by Mkuseli, Kaduka, Babalo Ndwayana's father, as well as Nomonde, Gxilishe, Ndwayana's lawyer. Very good evening to you both. Thank you so much for joining us on Newzroom Afrika. Perhaps let's just start off on some reaction on the strides that have been made by the National Prosecuting Authority, starting with you, Mr. Kaduka. What are you feeling as you see this matter being pursued in this manner? Did you ever think it would get to this point?
Good evening, Paul, and your listeners. It has been our ultimate goal that we have this heard in the criminal court of law. So, as tedious as the process has been, we are, however, happy that it has finally reached this point.
And going to you, Nomonde, as we take a look at the legal process and especially looking at how it unfolded on the part of the South African Police Service, because there seemed to be some hesitation on how to treat this case. As you, approach this stage of this matter, what are your sentiments from a legal perspective?
Good evening, Paul, and good evening to the listeners. Thank you for the opportunity. Yes, you are right. Our view has always been that there seems to be hesitation from the part of the SAPS to deal with this matter. And we picked that up when, we noticed that it's been months after the case was reported to the Stellenbosch SAPS. However, no action seemed to have been taken and no response was coming to our client. He was not being kept up to date as to what is happening. It's easy for the SAPS to say we are busy with the investigation, but as a complainant, you want to understand what does that mean when you are told we are busy with investigation. What investigation are you busy with when I have handed all the relevant evidence to you as the SAPS? So we noted the hesitation from the part of the police, but the stage that it is at now, which is the stage where the prosecution has decided to go ahead and prosecute the matter, it is a stage that pleases us, and as we have said, we now await for the formal enrollment of the matter, which, as the representative of the NPA has spoken, will be communicated from the court after the investigating officer has then completed the part of the investigation. But the decision to officially say, having looked at the evidence that has been submitted, the NPA has decided to prosecute the matter. That is a decision that we highly welcome, and we believe that the matter sitting in open court, being heard by a magistrate formally, it is a great step forward for our client in this matter.
Yeah. Mr. Kaduka, how is Babalo feeling at this stage with this matter progressing?
We're trying by all means to not deter Babalo's focus on the matter at hand. What matters to him at the moment is his exams, which is the primary reason why he went to Stellenbosch in the first place. So we would rather let the lawyers handle the situation. And however, I would can say that Babalo is still steadfast and looking forward to have this heard in the criminal court of law.
And in terms of the impacts and, in terms of the psychological effects, as well as, the journey from the moment that video went viral, how has he been when it comes to, focusing on studies and also trying to hold face? What sort of journey, that viewers may not be privy to, did he endure?
The first semester for him was very tough. Firstly, he had to adjust to life in varsity, being away from home, and then he had to deal with this situation as well. Each and every one of us who's been to tertiary would understand that the first couple of months take a lot of adjustment from a person. And having not to deal with such issues, and still going forward, we are hoping that this will not affect him adversely in the near future.
Now, Ms. Gxilishe, as you speak about this being a great step in the right direction, and yet we acknowledge that these incidents have perhaps happened many times without the right exposure, and many not being able to benefit from South Africa's justice system in this manner. In terms of significance and the precedent that it may be setting, what do you think it embodies?
Sure. And, that's exactly the viewpoint that we as the UNISA Law Clinic look at this case from. And we have received countless messages we received countless messages after the initial hearing where students have said to us, we are very happy to see what is happening now, because so many of us are done studying. Some of us are still studying, and we've been through situations such as these, which have been swept under the carpet. And I can tell you that even with us as legal representatives, we came to the realization that had we not pushed as much as we pushed as the law clinic, the matter would not be where it is today. We strongly believe that it took the pushing, and as we have stated, we even had to bring in or engage the National Commission of the SAPS as well as the Provincial Commission of the SAPS in the Western Cape. We had to engage them to say we do not feel that, or we do not view that this matter is receiving the attention that it's supposed to be receiving. It took a lot of pushing, it took a lot of toiling from our side to really say this matter has to be dealt with. And unless that was done, we are strongly of the view that it would have been pushed under the carpet. So it is significant, and I hope that it will give hope to everybody who finds themselves in this kind of situation to persist and to know that the South African justice system does not only work for a certain type of person or people who are elite or people in a certain position or people who are of a certain skin color. So it is the message that we are hoping at the end of the day as a UNISA Law Clinic gets through to the community, to the public, that the law is there for everyone and the justice system has to serve each and every South African citizen.
So what is at stake when it comes to, the sort of a fine that could come out of this? Are we speaking about a criminal record?
Yes, if the magistrate or the presiding officer, after the matter has been heard, all the evidence has been heard, if the presiding officer finds that there is Theuns is guilty of the charges that have been laid, then a criminal offense will be levied against his name.
Yeah. And Mr. Kaduka, perhaps just wrapping up with you, there have been discussions over some time about how this matter may be twofold, that yes, Babalo was a victim, and perhaps that Theuns himself could be a victim of a system. What is the family's sentiment on, this matter, which was completely outrageous, and looking at two young people here? What is the family's sentiment on Theuns?
As I would say, my primary concern is Babalo. It's never been about Theuns. But I would say that no one is born racist. People are taught to be racist. That is why an example should be set, and that this should never ever happen to any child ever again. That is why we've been adamant from the word go that criminal charges, there is just no other solution, outcome that would be satisfied with other than criminal charges being laid against him.
Very well. Thank you so much to you both. Perhaps let's leave our discussion there. That was Mkuseli Kaduka, Babalo Ndwayana's father, as well as Nomonde Gxilishe, Ndwayana's lawyer, speaking about this matter. Thank you for your time.